Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's crack-a-lacking, people? This is Mickey Ruby with your daily news and transfers, reviewing the latest in the Manchester about Manchester United and what's been said in the media here. It is Tuesday the 25th, means it's second day of the weekend. Yeah, we feel quite good as Manchester United fans, don't we think? Um, I decided just to do a sort of daily dip into what's been said and digested in the media, considering we are Manchester United and there's a lot of reports happening. Um, how we all feeling? It's a live recording, so if anyone's watching, please feel free to engage through comments. But let's start thinking about the week ahead. Getting a little bit excited. We're getting to the Europa League on Thursday. Will be Sheriff at home. So looking forward to shoot the sheriff, or at least I sing like Bob Marley, I shot the sheriff. But please, people, if you do look, just like and subscribe to this channel. We are proudly here to give you the alternative news, reading what's been going on in transfer markets, looking at match reviews, looking post-match reviews, creating a platform for everyone to have a say, to be read for real. Now, listen, let's just dive into the transfer news. What's cracking today in terms of what is the latest? Well, a lot of things are brewing. Of course, it's like Manchester United. And in this instant, I tend to use One Football. I'm not sponsored by One Football, but there's a lot of transfer news going on today. And I say son of a rumors. Basically, what they're saying, transfer rumors are saying that Real Madrid are interested in Son. Who wouldn't? Son is great. Manchester United are currently scouting the Ronaldo replacement. So to summarize in a bit, let's go over, right? So Real Madrid are interested in striker for Son Heung-min Son. He's struggled to showcase his best form in Tottenham. That's correct. But in a way, I would also like United to, approach Son because he's a fantastic player. I always rated Son, thought that, he's one of the best Spurs players in all time next to Harry Kane. And he's one of the unsung heroes. But in terms of what they're saying regarding Jude Bellingham, regarding Borussia Dortmund, there will be a fight between Manchester City, Chelsea, Real Madrid. Nothing to say that United is in for him. There's no reports coming in, but the way United is handling the transfer market is pretty much with silence, with stealth. Another thing that's coming out, the Cristiano Ronaldo is now reporting to have an exit talk with United, with an interest for Napoli to return to Serie A. Again, we're going on with the saga of Cristiano Ronaldo. I thought we all debunked that to say, like, it's time to move on, mate. Yeah, I mean, I do respect you, Chris. You're a legend of the game, but, if you do get a move, if United can get a mutual agreement, either that he will buy out his contract, the better it is. But however, then it's coming out to say that Erik ten Hag is looking to replace Ronaldo with one of the Bayer Leverkusen's Patrik Schick, Lille's Jonathan David, or Moussa Dembele. Even it's been linked to Roma striker Tammy Abraham, Bam Bam Abraham. That is kind of what's coming out in the ether today. Let me know what you think. Is that a correct signing? Should we go for Jonathan David? Who do you think we should replace Cristiano Ronaldo with? I personally think that there is a lot of options out there in terms of, looking at Cody Gapco, etc., etc. But we will see. We will see how this pans out, people. We will see. Further to say also, if we go back into dive into the Ronaldo story, Rio Ferdinand has also come out to sort of spoken openly. I'm this kind of, I understand, I thought that he would go and defend his mates because they're in the same WhatsApp group, but he's saying that it isn't okay, man, But he's also going on in this article to discuss, but what happened to Jadon Sancho, he, as many other that's been watching Jadon, we're seeing there's a struggle. There's something going on, right? Since he came from Borussia Dortmund, it's not the Sancho that we've seen. And he struggled against consistently. Like, he doesn't really take on players. There's a little bit comparing to Anthony dos Santos. What he's saying here is that he's missing that lack of form, lack of confidence, and he's basically saying that it's time to sort of take him off the pitch, to give him the boost, which I totally agree in a way. Looking further then regarding the news that's coming out today, that this talks today that Manchester United boss Ten Hag and star player Ronaldo is set for crucial meeting. What does this mean? Let us debunk it. It goes on to say the Manchester United Erik Ten Hag will reportedly hold an important talks with Cristiano Ronaldo today at Carrington to discuss the player situation at Old Trafford. He's due to come back. He came back to his training yesterday, so reports are saying that there will be first meeting since Ronaldo was banished from the Manchester United squad from walking out earlier after the 2-0 victory, which we all know, and it's getting a little bit exasperated regarding the Ronaldo news. But this is, for me, an important step to, define: are you staying? Are you leaving? Are you going to, are we going to relinquish your contract? For me, it's clear and obvious the damage is already done. But he has to come out and polish to his teammates, to his club, to everyone. Um, Yeah, I agree. Thank you for the chat, Mr. Luz. Jonathan David is quality. Let's talk about Jonathan David. I do not know much about Jonathan David, more than he's Canadian. He's doing well. He's well sorted, big, tall presence. We definitely need a pure, tall, strong, out and out number 9. And it's evidently reported also about that Erik Ten Hag likes strong physical men, target men that he can turn. Just look what he did to Sebastian Haller. Sebastian Haller was struggling in the Premier League, but Erik Ten Hag turned into a very, very lethal weapon. So let us see. I mean, according to my opinion, my humble opinion, is that Ten Hag is adamant that Ronaldo can be used in certain matches. And I think we debunked it all as a fan base that, would he accept it? Would his mental mind accept it? That you're coming to the age of 37, 38, would you accept it? Would you accept to come off from the bench? Or I think that Cristiano is that kind of competitive person that his body's not following, his mind is still competitive, and he wants to play week in and week out. So maybe he can go to a lesser team like Napoli, or go back to Portugal, or go to MLS. But I think that his days of playing week in and week out at United is kind of in doubts, in tatters after, So there is no smoke without fires. There's a lot of consistent reports from the Mirror, the Sun, the Daily Telegraph saying the same thing, that an exit is kind of looking likely for January. And even Todd Bowley at Chelsea is kind of looking at him. So that's quite interesting, because I think we as a team, we kind of have to look for the future. We need to build a squad for the future. And we clearly see that we need a striker. Hopefully Martial is looking likely to come back. Will he start against Sheriff? Will he be on the bench? I would just say take it easy. Martial, like Bailey, they are quite injury prone. I love Martial to pieces. I want Martial to succeed, and we clearly need him back. But to what price? Just take it easy. Get him in a few minutes here and there, and let's kick on. There's 3 weeks left of Prem. There's a lot of games to be played. Rotation is key. Will we see rotation on Thursday? Will he play the youth? That's a big question mark. What do you reckon? What do you think? Leave your comments. Will Erik Ten Hag do rotation? Will he use the likes of Garnacho? Will he take out Jadon Sancho from the fire line? I think he will. I think we will see either... Maybe we'll put in a Elanga on the left wing. Or maybe he will give Garnacho a chance. So what else are we looking here? What else is the media saying now? Interesting. Well, not much other than, if we look at the latest that Manchester United rival Chelsea for transfers of 22-year-old, which is Jonathan David from Canada. Let's look into this story. What One Football app is saying. Manchester United are reportedly interested in Lille striker Jonathan David as one potential option to replace Cristiano Ronaldo in the January transfer window. The Canadian international has established himself as one of the top young forwards in the game in recent times, and it's easy to imagine him being an ideal fit for Manchester United, than what they need right now. This is coming from the Daily Mirror as well. They claim that one of the number of options being considered for the Red Devils managers Ten Hag is doubts that over the Ronaldo's future. That's what we were talking about earlier. And part of this is to look at Jonathan David. So there's definitely some interest in David. I don't know much about David. I know he's Canadian. I seen him play a few times at Lille. I've been seeing him in the Canadian national team. Apparently, there is yeah, it's I need to go and check the compilations. But in general, how we all feeling? It's positive times, but I'm just still fuming over, that we are on a rebuild. We are going positive forwards. That we are adapting to Erik ten Hag's way of playing. But at the end of the day, there's always something, a minority that has to take away that positivity. So Jonathan David is coming out that he's been linked to United, which is quite positive. Gapco is still there, looming. Even Moussa and Dembele also. But who do you think we should get for a striker then? We clearly need a striker. Come on, people, talk to me. I see you're live. I see you're there. Talk to me. Let me know, who do you think we should get as a striker? Or who do you think, Hmm. Who I would like to as a Ronaldo replacement? It's a valid question, Ed. I either you go for like somebody. Cody Gapco is not a out and out number 9. He's more of a winger, but he could be developing an understudy to Martial. We definitely, if Martial is staying, you will need to have a backup striker. So it could be like a Jonathan David, it could be a Martial, or even, I don't know. There's not many options out there, is that? When you think about it, and that's why I'm saying, like, you have to wait till the World Cup, because the World Cup is always the biggest transfer window display. Who does well, but I wouldn't rule out to look at more of the emerging market, like South America. Bringing players from Costa Rica, from Brazil, from Argentina, from the local domestic leagues. They seem to do very well. They come here, they play with passion, with mana, with spirit. We've seen that being a very, very effective theme with Lisandro Martinez, with Anthony Dos Santos, etc., etc. So it's hard to say at the moment who we would go for as a striker. We don't know, but at the end of the day, I think it's Erik ten Hag's choice. You would go for, what are you saying? Who would you go for? Sørloth from Real Sociedad. Don't know much about him. Sørloth. Need to look into it. I don't know anything about Sørloth. But what about this Italian striker that plays in Napoli as well? What was his name? He's ripping out trees at the moment. There's a few out there, but I think there will be a competition for strikers in January window, and definitely United needs to go out in the shopping market if things turns out the way it is. But there's always a chance that, still, I love Ronaldo to pieces. There's always a chance that he comes back, apologizes to his teammate. He learned something from that. This was not acceptable. The attention that he got from the media, got ripped from pieces from the fan base. I hope he comes back and applies that, to the pitch, that we see, that he can be useful from now to the end of this this window. We will see. At the end of the day, we are not the sporting director, the accountants, so we don't really know, do we? it's I always say what Erik ten Hag wants, Erik ten Hag gets, and we have to sort of back the manager in that certain sense. So yeah, anyone else has some great suggestions of strikers we can put forward to even there was even reports coming out that Edwin van der Sar is considering for the sporting director role, so that means what's going to happen then to John Murtaugh, you know. So but I think John Murtaugh has been doing quite a good job. I mean, in terms of the recruitment that we've seen over the summer, it's been 9 out of 10 out of the window, you know. Erik ten Hag is kind of recruited in the leaders and players that he the sort of that has worked under him before. Like, you know, you're looking likes of Christian Eriksen, and Martinez is transformed to a leader, but have a look at it, he played Ten Hag's system before, so he's a naturally became like ambassador for Erik ten Hag's way of playing and conduct off the pitch and on the pitch, and same with Anthony De Santos. So it is just a great feeling to see that we're getting partnerships and leaderships all over the pitch, something that we sort of been deprived on. Yeah, that is the one. The Georgian lad from Napoli. Yeah, what was his name? God damn. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, true. The Georgian lad from Napoli as well. Anyway, it's clear and obvious we need a striker. It is clear and obvious. But this is what's coming out in today's news. The big headline is, of course, that Ten Hag is expected to have a meeting with Ronaldo today to define his future. Are you staying? Are you going? Are we ripping up your contract? Are you buying out your contract? Can I count on you to, you know, come off the bench from now on to the end of this transfer season? I mean, to the World Cup. You know, Ronaldo also needs playing time because, you know, there's a World Cup looming, so we will see. Anyway, that's about it for today's news. We do look forward for Thursday night. We probably do a transfer show. No, not a transfer show, but a match pre-warm up. I think we'll call it We Shot the Sheriff. And then, of course, on Sunday, we have the big game against West Ham, who actually won yesterday with 2-0. So that's quite impressive. There's going to be a cracking game on Sunday. We are in a good run of form. I'm believing in the team. I'm backing the manager. I'm backing everyone. The latest news that I heard regarding Rafael Varane, it's kind of a little bit of a muscle strain, so it's not that serious. It's not a ligament, thank God. Will he be going to World Cup? I don't know, but usually when you have a muscle strain, we're looking about 4 to 6 weeks. So Godspeed, God help you, and God help you recover, Varane, Royce Varane. Which leads me to the next topic before we finish the stream. I think that I'm not worried having Lindelof playing next to Martinez. Lindelof is probably most likely the preferred picking order before Maguire in that partnership, as he's a ball carrying centre back. Considering we also have Casemiro to back, you know, as a CDM to back that back line as well. I'm not worried, you know. We've played all the top 5 teams. Now we have the lesser teams on the paper. But you know what? It's always the lesser teams that frightens me. And that probably is the PTS in me, like, you know, from last seasons and the seasons before. You know, you always we always kind of seem to struggle against the bottom halves and mid tables. But we see. This time is a new manager, new set of players. And yeah, it's happy Tuesday, people. Enjoy your day. It's Champions League, I think, today as well. So whoever's watching Champions League, enjoy. But for now, we are signing up. And please don't forget to hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. Stay beautiful, people. See you later. Bye.